Awesome. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining this call live. This call is a regular Wednesday call. I do Wednesday evening UK time, 8 p.m. So that's 3 p.m. Eastern for people over in North America, and I think midday on the West Coast Pacific. So thanks very much for joining this call. I'm going to take you through and give you an update on Botsii and how you can get started. And if you're already part of Botsii, fantastic, because this will really bring you bang up to date on some of the more recent developments that we're going live with literally as we speak. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Stuart Murray. I'm the founder of Botsii. And literally on this presentation, I'm going to take you through how you can automate and duplicate your network marketing business without wasting hours on manual follow-ups. So I went to ChatGPT not that long ago and I asked it what was the number one challenge any network marketer has from being successful. What's basically holding people back? And I wanted to really kind of understand what that biggest challenge was. To some degree, I already know. I've been in network marketing myself since 2013, and at the end of the day, um, we have a beautiful business model with network marketing, but if you're not doing things right, then ultimately you're not necessarily going to fully succeed. So here's what ChatGPT came back with. He said the number one challenge most network marketers face on a consistent basis is lead generation or consistent lead generation. More specifically, talking to enough of the right people on a consistent basis. So just let me know in the chat, like, can you relate to that? Just put a yes in the chat if you can relate to that, if that's a challenge that you're facing directly, or maybe a challenge that you can see your team is also facing. Because like you might be somebody that's always got a steady flow of leads coming into your business, but if you're not duplicating, if your team are not ultimately bringing consistent leads into their business, they're going to have the same problem, aren't they? And you're not going to achieve your full potential either. So let me share with you the moment that I realized chatbots are the answer because if I look at my career, I've spent roughly half that time in the corporate world, roughly half self-employed. And prior to network marketing, which I got into in 2013, I was doing digital marketing, online marketing using systems. And this is when I was getting into, or I was using chatbots. But I hadn't really combined chatbots with network marketing. And I shared here back in January um, some insights. Takes about a minute to play this video on just how I got into using chatbots in network marketing. Let me share it with you now.
Hey guys, I'm sitting here on a chairlift, and this is literally where Botsii was founded about 6 years ago. Simply because I didn't want to mess up my holiday. I wanted to use automation and technology to make it easy to present an opportunity, follow up, sign people up, get people set up, everything. And literally today, I have to be replying back to a few people while sitting on a chairlift doing exactly the same thing, but now leveraging this technology across hundreds, if not thousands, of people. And you can do this too. All you've got to do is get yourself a Botsii bot and leverage that yourself through your team. And you can see your team scale and grow more easily using the power of automation and AI. So have a great day. Thanks. And let's enjoy this view. Look at this. Superb. Take care.
And here's the thing, guys. I set up this chat bot because, as I said there, I was going on holiday and I wanted to enjoy my holiday and I wanted to kind of remove all the repetitive tasks that are involved in network marketing. And maybe you guys can relate. You find somebody that, that's interested, or you're messaging people or reaching out to your warm market, and you're contacting people, and there are people that then say, oh, yeah, give me more info. And then you've got to copy and paste a lot of info to them, and then they ask you more questions. You've got to copy and paste some more there. And then at some point they might want your sign up link. You've got to send that to them as well. Or they might need some help getting started. So you need to jump on a call with them and kind of walk them through the steps. You may have a guide you can share with them. Great. But you're having to copy and paste and share all this stuff with them manually, and it's not necessarily the most efficient use of your time. And that's when I realized chatbots can be powerful, but it didn't really ring. I didn't really see the full power of it until I got back, when my team, who had come in through my own chatbot, then said, "I want one of those too." That they came in through, to join a business using a chatbot that I'd set up, and now they wanted the same thing. And it was then I realized, okay, that this is a key component to creating duplication. And then I had another aha moment a few months later when someone said to me, well, you've set up this chatbot for company A, over here. Can you now set it up for company B over there? Because they wanted the same thing for a completely different opportunity. And it was then I realized this is more than just, it's more than I could possibly envisage. But then it started to become a business. And so the great takeaway for you is this is a system that's built by somebody who has been successful as a network marketer and understands the industry, but also understands the technology as well and how you can use things like chatbots to your advantage. And the advantage here is actually really powerful because literally, if you're familiar with this concept of blue ocean, red ocean, everything I'm sharing with you here within Botsii right now is blue ocean. This is a brand new, if you like, market segment that we're opening up here. And at the end of the day, there's very little competition. There's very little out there that does what I'm going to share with you with Botsii. Someone described this recently, a big leader I'm working with, as a chameleon in the network marketing space because of the way in which the bot and the system can literally adapt to any conversation you're having with any network marketer. So if you like the idea of operating in a blue ocean environment where there's less competition and you're offering something really unique, this is really why you want to have Botsii and be part of Botsii and really stay on this call right to the end so you can see the full picture on how you can benefit from it. Red ocean strategy on the right hand side, that is where ultimately there's tons of competition and it literally is kind of a battleground where people are trying to be heard and seen in a very competitive market and a saturated market, right? So you want to be making sure you're operating in a blue ocean environment because everything's a lot easier. So let me show you some of the things we've done in Botsii. So we have a marketplace and we literally have a marketplace set up, which is growing all the time, where we have done for you chatbots set up for specific companies. So what does it do? These bots basically present that opportunity. They have details around like maybe webinars. They have the main presentation on a replay, and it gets updated behind the scenes as well. So as things change with the company, you don't have to worry about that. Someone else is doing that for you and doing that for your team. So you can just focus on getting out there, getting more qualified prospects into your funnel, into your business, because the bot will basically present that business for you. You get your referral link for that business embedded into the bot as well, and there's all sorts of other cool stuff, automation, etc., that happens behind the scenes. So literally any of those bots, any of these companies, now there's now over 40 companies that we've got live. Any of those companies, someone could activate that bot and get that bot set up on their Facebook literally in 1 hour or less. So there's no technical complicated setup involved with that. Literally someone can buy the bot and be up and running in less than an hour. Here's some of the companies we've got live. So AcashX, Healy, Olilife, Save Club, Talk Fusion, just a handful of the ones we've already got live. The ones that are going live, these are just in the process of going live now. So we've got doTERRA, R-Link, Scale Up, Tradeversity, just a bunch of the ones that are going live. We've got companies going live all the time. So what I want to do is share with you really 3 secrets, 3 or even 3 myths around the industry, and show you in the context of Botsii how we break those down. So prospecting, people struggle with prospecting, but if you do things the right way, prospecting can be easy. Equally, follow up can be easy when you've got a system around that to know when to follow up and who to follow up with. And thirdly, duplication could be easy when you've got a system that brings all of that together and helps you automate and sort and sift who you're speaking to. And it's something that it's easy for other people to do as well. All of that system is tied to Facebook. Facebook has over 3 billion active monthly users. So most people are on Facebook. So let's look at prospecting. Prospecting is easy when you have something that everyone needs. So if you remember the biggest challenge I shared with you at the beginning around having a consistent lead generation and having enough of the right people to talk to on a consistent basis. So we have a bot, which is called an attraction marketing bot. It sends through daily messages, and that daily messages is literally structured to help you create more engagement on your social media. Could be Facebook, but could be anywhere. You can post this content anywhere. The delivery mechanism is on Facebook. So literally you get a daily message every single morning from Botsii with content you can share. To give you an idea, some of the engagement I've got using this bot, there's a couple of examples. So this is a post I did literally a week after we went live with the bot, where with this post, I got over 50,000 views on it in about a week. And you can see 368 comments, only 4 shares, interestingly, because the other post I had here got over 100,000 views and kind of still a high number of comments, but this one here had 733 shares. So like, I'm sure anybody on this call or watching this replay would love to be getting engagement like this. And I would always recommend you have the professional dashboard set up on your Facebook profile, because one of the things you can do when you've got that set is that when anyone engages with your content, and you can see there's literally hundreds, if not thousands of people engaging here, Facebook will ask that person automatically, invite them automatically to follow you. So when you're doing that, you're basically expanding your reach, and very often those people are, like-minded people. So you're basically growing your network on autopilot simply by posting content that people engage with. So this isn't about always selling the whole time. It's about creating and sharing content that creates more engagement, brings more people into your network. Some of the type of content we've got here, we've got content that's around your brand messaging, that we've got the 365 days content, which is what I've actually used for my examples here, or at least one of them. Literally there's a year's worth of content loaded into that already. So you get a daily post through, you'll never run out of content to share. We have topical content as well. The one on the right that I shared, the one with 50,000 views, came from the topical content. So it's giving you content that's kind of, that's foremost in people's minds, and the stuff that people are talking about. We also have niche specific content. So that's literally looking at all the different network marketing niches that are in the marketplace, in the Botsii Marketplace. So for example, health and wellness, travel, cryptocurrency, trading, forex trading, stuff like that. The whole gambit of all those different niches. So you can be putting content out there that's specific to your target market. So if you're in the travel niche, for example, you can put all that content out. It gives you that content completely done for you. Stories as well. So there's content we give you. It's kind of like filling in the blank type content here, where it will ask you about something that you can relate to at a personal level, and it just gives you the ideas and the inspiration for what to share. So you don't really have to come up with the idea. It gives you the idea, and then you just adapt that to your own life. So it might be, I don't know, share an amazing story from your last holiday, for example. And so you'll be thinking, okay, when did I last go on holiday? What did I enjoy doing? And you share a story on the back of that, and that gets people excited, who enjoy that same type of holiday, right? And that's how you attract people into your network who ultimately you'd want to know, like, and trust you, right? So if you're sharing stories that people relate to, you'll attract those type of people too. And this is very much an attraction marketing strategy. That's why we call the bot the attraction marketing bot. So images as well, we have videos that's coming, and the bit that's about to go live is the company side. So literally, we're going to be integrating into this where someone can be requesting content from any company, and it will be available inside the bot. And if the company content is already available, they'll get it instantly. But if not, we'll basically turn that around within 24 hours, and it will then be available inside the bot to you and all future users. So all of this is basically coming together. Let me show you what this looks like. So this is the company specific content. Effectively, it's a 30-day swipe file following a proven method for content creation and sharing, using, as it shows here, the 5 Bs. I'm not going to go into all of that, but ultimately, if you think of it like this, if you're posting content online and all you're ever doing is selling, you sell, 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 people just get turned off to that. It's like, oh, here's another post asking us to buy something, and people just get bored of it. Whereas if you're actually posting different types of content, that will actually spark much more engagement and build more trust, and ultimately move people to buy and take action. So it follows a very specific framework. And literally we have this set up where not only is it available inside the attraction marketing bot, but you'll actually be able to offer this as as a lead magnet, where literally someone can get it for any company. So we're incorporating this into the system so you can give this away for free in order to attract more people into your network and more qualified leads into your network. And literally, they'll be able to get it for any network marketing company. And if it doesn't already exist, we'll create it for them. Let's give you some examples. So you can see a little bit what this is like. 30 days worth of content. So we have things like short form social media posts. And by the way, all the content I'm going to share here, by the way, of examples, you can share this on any social media platform. Some content's geared for certain types more than others. So this one's, short form is more Facebook and X, things like that. Then we have more longer form posts. Still not like really long, but it's more story-based posts. So that might be more LinkedIn and what have you. Then we have emails as well. So it's not just social networks for both warm market and cold market. So warm market, the people that know you really well. Cold market, maybe someone you've just connected with. Then we have also the scripts for producing videos. Now this could be simply where you whip out your camera and record a video, but actually it could be ones where you copy and paste this content into software that will just create the video for you. So you don't have to feel like you're you have to be suddenly some video expert. This is about making it super easy for anybody to do. Literally, if you can copy and paste, you can do this. And there's software, will show you free software where you can literally copy and paste the script and it will generate a video for you effortlessly without you doing anything. We also have image prompts as well. So if you're using a Chat just let me know in the chat if you are using AI to produce images. Essentially, what we've got here, just put a yes in the chat if you do use AI to create images, just so I can understand on the call who's already doing this kind of thing. Basically, you can just take that prompt, copy and paste it into something like ChatGPT or Midjourney, those kind of platforms. Sora, that's a good one as well, Alan. Basically, you can copy and paste the script and it will create the image for you. And the cool thing about this is, because we give you the script, we're kind of teaching you how to fish rather than just giving you the fish, if that makes sense. So this way you can tweak it, adapt it, make it your own, and you'll then get a brand new, unique image that no one else is sharing on the planet. But we've done all the heavy lifting for you. So you can see there the prompt has got the description, but it's also got a text overlay on it as well. And it's got all the other stuff around colors and stuff which relate to the the content. And that way you can just post the image without having to add any text as well. So these are great for Facebook, Instagram, and other kind of image sites that you can share this stuff to. The final one is direct messages as well. So we give you direct messages you can send out. As you can see there, we've got cold market, warm market. Even when people respond to your content, we give you that kind of thing. So you don't have to really think about it. And then the content we share here, it's all company specific, but we don't mention the company name. That way people have kind of curiosity about, okay, what company is it, etc. But this is a great way for you to be able to put your message out there to create engagement alongside the rest of the attraction marketing bot, which is all about kind of amplifying your reach as well in other ways. Here's some feedback we've had on this. So Eleni said, I'm not technical, but oh my word, you clever people have taken something and broken it down to make it super easy to use. And that really sums up my approach. I want to make it so that anybody in your team or anybody you're prospecting with, even if they've never built a team in their life before, can be successful using Botsii. All too often, there are systems out there that cost a fortune and are super complicated, and most people will never make it work, and it will just cost them too much. So it's out of their reach. I want to make Botsii so that anybody can use it. You simply just need to get the system and apply yourself, and you'll learn as you go. And but it's all about making it super easy to use, which is what Eleni was saying here. Raheem here said, first sign up using Botsii, only posted the suggestion from the marketing bot a couple of hours ago. So it shows this stuff works. You literally just need to share content. People will engage with it. And now with this content, it's even better, because back then it was purely sharing content on social media. Now we're giving you emails, direct messages, images, videos, all this other stuff. So the content is way richer than it was even a year ago when Raheem was giving us his feedback. Wendy here said, I love this. I can make posts, but simply don't have the time. So we're saving you the time because all you got to do is copy and paste it, right? You can adapt it, improve it, or whatever, put your own spin on it, but we're saving you a massive amount of time. And as you said here, money. Literally, I would say one extra sign up through your business would pay for Botsii. That's how simple a decision is. And as Wendy said here, I hope to become a proficient user on many social platforms. Well, we're giving you the content literally on a silver platter. It doesn't get any easier than this. Okay, let's talk about secret number 2. Follow up is easy. Well, it's easy when you know who to follow up with and also when to follow up with them. So I just want to share a very quick story. This goes back to literally the mid 1990s. So I'm showing my age here, and I was in the early part of my career where I'd moved from, I was in the corporate world, and we transitioned from using dictaphones and dictating emails, or well, no, emails didn't exist then, dictating memos and letters, which basically a secretarial pool would type, to then putting a computer on my desk and saying, there you go, type yourself. And so that was an interesting time figuring all that out. But I was always really curious about technology. And I remember there's a little button there that said request a read receipt when you send an email. So I had a boss 70 miles away, and he was a really real high fly. He had a secretary, he had a PA, and trying to get hold of him was difficult. And so I used that little button there that I put the red arrow against just to know exactly when he was looking at my emails. And literally, I'd ring through to his PA. His PA would say, no, he's busy. And I'd say, I know he's busy. He's currently reading my emails. And she would then go, she probably muttered something under her breath, but ultimately she would put me through to my boss, because after checking, lo and behold, he'd say, yeah, I am reading his email. I'll speak to him. And this was always a brilliant way to get through to people, even if they have gatekeepers, right? So the lesson here for me is that when you want to speak to somebody, if you're trying to reach out to them whilst they're actually looking at the stuff that you want to speak to them about, you've already got their attention. And people would much prefer speaking to you rather than reading through a whole bunch of stuff and all that kind of thing. So key is when you know when they're taking action. So what I did is I incorporated this into Botsii, and it's been a very powerful feature of the system to know exactly who to follow up with. So what Botsii does is we send real-time email notifications when a prospect interacts with your bot. So you know exactly when to interact or when to get back to people. And you even know what information they're looking at as well. We have like 12 trigger points inside the bot. And so the benefit there is you reach out at that perfect moment, literally when they're thinking about your offer. And this just gives you some examples here so you can see what this looks like. You literally get these email notifications through. So you can see at the bottom that Dave Mindy entered your Save Club chatbot, accessed the intro video, looked at the social channels, went into the main menu, downloaded a PDF for the presentation, looked at the live webinar schedule, looked at the presentation itself, and then clicked on the join here button. So all of that is coming through into your inbox. So you literally can see in real time exactly what they're looking at and obviously who they are. And if you're promoting several companies through using Botsii, you even know what company they're promoting as well. So that gives you all the insights you need to know when to follow up. You can see the top one, it says there, important. So we've changed the structure of it. Why? Because when someone clicks on join here inside the bot, they're literally looking to join your team. They may have one question. They may need one little bit of help from you in that key critical moment. And that could be the difference between them joining your team or being lost forever. So we want to make sure that you, have visibility of it exactly when they're likely to join your team. And sometimes you might reach out to them, by the way, when you get that important email through and they've already signed up, so the conversation moves to, great, let's get you started. Let's get you, part of the team. Let's plug you in. So that's great when you have those conversations. Here's what these emails look like. So you literally get an email through and it tells you what it is they've done. We also put on it as well your link. So in the PS there at the bottom, you can see it says PS, here's your referral link embedded into this bot. So we would confirm to you that the sign up link that we've added into your bot, or you've added into that bot. So you've got the confidence to know the right links in there. But secondly, if you're reaching out to that person and they say, I'd love, want to get started. Well, if they need it, you can send them through your referral link there and then. They can get it from the bot anyway, but there might be times when, they're not in the right place, but we want to make sure you've got this information to hand. And believe me, I have had conversations with people about Botsii where they don't even know where their sign up link is. So we want to make sure you've always got it to hand, because that's how you're going to make money. That's how you're going to grow a team. What does this look like? So Aaron here, he said, I've had 19 people interact with my chatbot in the last 2 days. I mean, how cool is that to know how many people have basically been talking to your chatbot? For you to be able to see that. And literally just go to your emails and just search an email, and you'll see exactly how many people have been interacting, and you'll see who they are as well, which makes it super easy when it comes to following up. Steve said, thank you, sir. I'm slowly getting going. By the way, I made the first post 25 minutes ago, just had an inquiry. So already we're seeing, results and seeing people interested in what they're offering. Thomas, they've created an awesome piece of software. Believe me, ultra responsive with many applications. Now I really don't know how I got along without it. That's exactly where I want everybody to be. I want people to be able to come along, use Botsii, and realize that it's an integral part of how you operate, how you grow a team, and how you share a system that creates duplication for your team. So let's talk about duplication. So duplication is easy when you have a simple system to follow. So let me show you kind of what that can look like. The problem is most people, though, they don't really have a clear process. And even if they've built a team before, they're constantly rebuilding because no one's working the same way. So even, big leaders and people that have been successful growing a team, find themselves with having to rebuild constantly from one business to the next. They never keep the whole team together from one business to the next, never. So the solution here is to have a plug and play system that creates literally instant duplication. With the Botsii system, someone can join your team today, buy the bot, and they'll be up and running, sharing that with their warm market the very same day. They don't even need to know the business at that point. They don't even need to know what the latest presentation is or how to get set up or anything, or how to show people how to get set up, because the bot will do that for them. So question for you, just put the word GoPro in the chat if you've heard of Eric Worre's Go Pro or you've read his book. He's got a book and a system called The 7 Steps to Becoming the Network Marketing Professional. Just put in GoPro or 7 in the chat if you've heard of Eric and read his book. So yeah, I can see quite a few of you there have. I mean, he's a legend in the industry at the end of the day. And look, his system, if you read that book, it's not the most up to date when you look at the fact he wrote this like 20 years ago. But the principles are foundational principles. So across the bottom, in his 7 steps, the first 6 steps of that absolutely apply today. The 7th one is slightly outdated because it talks about events, but the first 6 steps absolutely apply. So finding prospects, inviting prospects, presenting your product, following up with prospects, signing up customers, and then helping them become distributors. So let me overlay that in a second. I'll show that in the context of Botsii. But this is really some of the quotes that I pulled out from Eric Worre. So top left, he says, duplication doesn't happen by chance. It happens by design. And the Botsii system is very much by design, having been in network marketing myself and understanding the technology like chatbots. On the top right-hand corner, the simpler you make the process, the easier it will be to duplicate. That's so true, because if you have a system that only a handful of your team can figure out because it's too complicated or too expensive, then not everybody's going to benefit, and therefore the duplication will not happen across the whole team. So I want to make it simpler. I'm always looking for ways in which I can make it simpler. And the bottom one, I take this at heart, not just in network marketing, but also in from a business perspective at Botsii. Your success in network marketing will be a direct proportion to the number of people on your team who are duplicating a simple process. So we're about to go live, for example, with this lead magnet that is going to make it super easy for anybody in your network to be able to come in and duplicate a very, very simple process. So you're going to love that when we go live. So let me show you how this works though in the context of Botsii. Okay, so we've got look here at the first six steps from Eric Worre. They're actually aligned to the letters Botsii, Botsii. So the first one is build interest. The B is build interest. So that is all about finding prospects, but doing it in a way where you're building interest, particularly through attraction marketing, but also can be, as I showed you with that content, could be through sending DMs or emails. But ultimately, attraction marketing is where you can get the most leverage. Then ultimately, you want to be able to open a chat up with somebody and have a conversation with them through, Messenger, WhatsApp, Telegram, that kind of thing. And you'll want to be inviting them to take a proper look at your business and getting excited about them taking a look at your business, because they're ultimately going to come along and be able to access a presentation, but you want them to be triggered. You want them to be excited to find out more. It's not simply a case of flinging a link over to them, expect them to want to take massive action. You need to fuel that. But this is where the bot can present your product, but also this is where the bot will send you email triggers when they interact with your bot. So you know how interested that person is, and you know when they're interested. And that makes it really easy for you to stay connected. That's the S, to stay connected. And that makes it easy then to stay connected and basically follow up with prospects in real time based upon those people that are taking action. Ultimately, the bot will invite the prospect to join and sign up as a customer. And that great, the bot that can do that. But if you're following up in real time when they're interacting with the bot, it makes it super easy for you to do that as well. But ultimately, you need to invite them. And if the bot does that, awesome. But we make it easy for you to do that too. And finally, it's not just about becoming a customer. You want that person to ultimately duplicate by being a distributor. So you want to inspire them to take action. And if you bring them in through Botsii, if you have your people come in through Botsii where they've experienced the system, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to inspire them to take action because they've actually experienced it themselves. So they've experienced themselves firsthand as a prospect. And if they can look at it and go, oh, I can do that. That's easy for me to do too. Then more people will become distributors. And if you can simply turn that dial where a few extra people become distributors, that's how your team is going to grow, rather than just purely customers, for example. Let's give you some feedback here from Wade. So he said, plenty of value indeed. Just so you know, the bot has signed 5 people for me. All I did was send it. So that's where the bot effectively allowed them to sign up all inside the bot. As he said there, no questions asked. And the time saved allowed him to message back the people that did have extra questions. So that's why he was feeling blessed by that, because he realized he could have a bigger impact by using and leveraging Botsii to then to present and share a business. But then he can have a bigger impact by having more time to speak to more people. So very, very powerful. So in summary, let's introduce you to the system as a whole that I pulled together and how you could basically get access to this automated growth system. So it's a system that automates lead generation and follow-ups 24/7. Literally, it's connected into Facebook. So anyone anywhere in the world can access it any time of day, and it just works 24/7. You can duplicate your team with a plug and play system. Literally, someone can join your team, and if that bot's in the marketplace, which it more in all likelihood would be if you're using bots yourself, then they can activate that bot in an hour or less. Completely plug and play. It works anywhere in the world and for any company. So we can be adding more companies. We are adding more companies into Botsii all the time. Really cool thing what's coming. You can even get paid for introducing other people into Botsii. So when you speak to somebody and they say no to join your own team, you can actually benefit and turn that into an income and a passive income too. Here's some feedback from Raheem. Excuse the language, setting up Botsii. Loving the stream flow, how easy this is. Wow, get involved. I can see this bring out a lot of biz. Absolutely it will. And I want to help you, all of you, do that. So how do people get involved? Well, you get started by buying the single license. So if you go to our website or if you go to the marketplace, basically the single license there is priced at $247 a year. And there's an option there to get the attraction marketing bot as well to get 50% off that. So to get that for $100. So in total, $347 per year. And that's literally our web pricing. And we have people go to the website and pay that, they see value in buying it at that price. As Lisa said here, Botsy's killing it, definitely making my life a lot easier. Now I can have more focus on connections. Botsii does the follow-up for me. So there's often a myth that people think with technology that, with things like chatbots, that it replaces people. But it just replaces people where we don't add value. Where we add value is through relationships. So this is network marketing. So it means you can focus more on relationships and then let the bot do the following up for you, the heavy lifting for you. Now, this is the single license. If you're promoting more than one company, we have options there as well. So we have upgrade options. So after someone's bought the single license, there's options to upgrade to 3 companies, 5 companies, and even infinite number of companies. Now, you might be thinking, why would you want to buy an infinite number of companies? Like, isn't 5 enough? Well, the cool thing about the infinite bot is that it means you can demo any company in the marketplace to any prospect you're speaking to. And that is very powerful because there's no substitute for seeing it in action. So if you can show somebody, literally it takes less than 5 minutes, 10 minutes, absolute max to activate a bot. If you can show someone in less than 10 minutes how to activate a bot in their company and then share that bot with them with your affiliate link to Botsii inside, then you have a very powerful tool indeed that you can share with people and benefit from. You're literally able to benefit by almost importing someone else's network into your downline in Botsii, because we have, as I'll show you in a minute, we have a compensation plan that plays 5 levels deep. I'll get to that in a moment. So as Lisa said here, Botsii's proven a success. Got another 2 signups. That's my bot paid for 5 times over since using it. So it's very easy to get a return on investment using the system, and we want to make it easy for anybody to do that and for anybody to get their money back simply by getting the bot and using it to bring in 1 or 2 extra signups into their existing business. But it doesn't end there. I'm sure all of you would like bonuses. So how would you like to be in a position where you can get the attraction marketing bot completely for free? I'm sure all of you would say yes on this call, to have not having to pay for the attraction marketing bot. So what we've done is, if people buy it through our webinars or they buy it through an affiliate link through our network, you can get the attraction marketing bot for free. You'll also get access to a members only Facebook group where I generally share updates in advance of them going elsewhere, so you can be tuned into the latest stuff going on. And like I mentioned a minute ago, we have a referral plan with Botsii. So this is a straightforward unilevel plan. So it basically pays out 5 levels deep. So it means that, and it pays out 10% per level, so 50% overall. So that means if you introduce somebody, they're your level 1. If they introduce somebody, they're your level 2, and so on down 5 levels, and you'll earn 10% per level. It could easily be worth $40 or $50 or more per sale, depending upon what they buy and what upgrades they get. So yes, and you don't just earn on the first sale. If they upgrade and later on, then you earn on that too. As it said here, you can literally share 1 bot with your prospects and they can sign up to your opportunity, or they can buy into Botsii, or do both. So this is where, if somebody says no to joining your opportunity, but they liked Botsii and they want to just activate a different company in the marketplace, they can buy the bot through you and then go and promote that other company. So if you're using Botsii day to day as part of your prospecting, when someone comes into it and likes the way the bot works and how it can help them, they can actually put it to work in their own business. And now you've acquired a brand new team member, but they're promoting a different company. This is why someone has said, a leader said to me recently, that Botsii is like a chameleon, because it literally allows you to shift like effortlessly the conversation from one thing to the next, even if someone doesn't want to buy into your business, which is very, very cool. And let's face it, if you speak to 10 people about your business, one of them might say yes, but that means 9 people said no. So wouldn't it be great if you had something you could talk about to those 9 people that could still earn you money, right? This is why this is very powerful, and Botsii is very powerful for you. Now, right now we have an ambassador program, and this program basically is really there to design to attract people who can see a long-term opportunity to working with me to grow Botsii. And so let me share a few reasons why you would want to become an ambassador. There's actually 6 reasons. So firstly, we'll pay double commission. So instead of earning 10% commission on direct referrals, you'll earn 20% commission on direct referrals. And so literally that could be worth $100 per sale by doing that. And so that's a big, big benefit. Then we also have created a revenue pool. And this revenue pool, just starting out now, but it will build and grow. And you'll get a share of that revenue pool. And it will be shared out amongst those active ambassadors. We've also created a builder pool as well. So this will be for a very select number of people. It'll be less than 10 people. Okay. It could even be 5 people. So if you imagine there's 5 people who are sharing that, they're sharing collectively 5% of the company revenue. So that could be quite lucrative indeed. You'll also get exclusive access to other initiatives that I'll be doing, that I'll be working exclusively with ambassadors on. Also, opportunity to get public recognition, and you may have seen as well, it's limited to 100 people. So once those 100 slots have gone, that's it. The market is locked out. Those people that have qualified for it are ambassadors. And to qualify, basically, you need to make 5 sales in a month. That's really what we're talking about. Cool thing is, and there's more details about this, but cool thing is, even upgrades from June will count towards those sales as well. But bottom line is, what you need to qualify there is 5 sales in a month, and you'll qualify for an ambassador for from the next month. Big congratulations here. This month we had Clinton Clark qualify as ambassador. He was our first ambassador when he went live with it recently. We're just getting started, but Clint was our first ambassador to qualify. So basically, he's qualifying there for that 10% revenue pool. I mentioned around the builder pool. So anyone that builds a team of 12 ambassadors anywhere in their organization will also then qualify not just for the first pool, but also for this ambassador builder pool, the 5% pool. So this is something that people can also qualify for. And I'm looking to work with a small group of people that want to work with me to build and grow the business, to see what we're bringing to the table here, how special this is. So literally build a team of 12 ambassadors and you'll qualify for the builder pool. Okay, I want to give you guys a webinar special. So this also applies if you're watching this on a replay, but I will share a coupon code here that is time sensitive. Okay, and that will give you an extra $100 off the single license. So instead of getting the single license for $247 a year, you can get this for $147 a year. And the coupon code to share, this is the active coupon code right now. If you want to write that down, is J11398. 11398 or J11398. That basically, when put in at the cart, will give an extra $100 off the single license. Cool thing is, that will actually be for life. So when you renew in 12 months time, whatever the price is in 12 months time, you'll be locking in that price at 147. So if we've added a whole bunch of extra functionality and the price in a year's time is like $300 or $400, then you'll only pay 147. We also have a deal as well on the Infinity Bot. So instead of that being $800, as I showed earlier on our web pricing, it's $250. So literally that Infinity Bot deal lets you activate unlimited number of bots, which means when you are speaking with prospects, literally if that company they're promoting is in the marketplace, you can demo it to them and give them the bot to check out, and literally it'll present their own business for them. I've had scenarios where I've done that, and that bot shared more information than someone even knew about the business themselves. Okay, like they came away with more insights about their business than they're even aware of. So this is very, very cool. We carefully curate what goes into every bot. We basically want to give people everything they need to make a decision to join. So literally after purchasing the single license, you can upgrade to the Infinity Bot deal. Literally it goes, you can watch a video, and then you can just add that to your order for an extra $250. If you don't want to do that, there are other upgrade options, but as you can see here, the only one that's kind of less is the 3-bot deal for an extra $200. But you can see we've got the 5-bot deal and the infinite one. In terms of normal upgrade pricing, this is what you'd be looking at. So the upgrade for the Infinity Bot is insane. And literally, people can get started instantly after they purchase. There's a video and there's access to fast start training. You get access to the members group. We also have an online membership as well. So literally people can come along and get started instantly after they join. The fast start guide is literally one piece of one page, it's one page piece of paper if you like, and you can literally just go through those step by step. There's videos encompassing each step of the process. So you can simply just watch the video and follow the steps. And we use bots as well as part of that onboarding. So we've automated all of that as well. So you can just follow the steps. Literally, we can't wait to work with you to help you get started. So I thank you very much for your interaction on the presentation I've just shared with you now. Happy to move it over in a second to take questions. If you're watching this on the replay, remember you need to put in the voucher code to get $100 off. It is time sensitive. It expires after 48 hours. And so therefore, if you haven't taken action within that time, you might find that that's not working. But take action and take advantage of this, and let's help you get started today. Thank you.